Hey guys, what's up? Brian Savage here with you. Doing part 2 of the new woodworking project, making a set of custom grips for a Airweight Smith & Wesson. And I have, in part 1, I showed you where I traced them out on the blocks of wood. I went through and took just my table saw and kind of trimmed them down a little bit. And in the last video I was talking about how I wanted I made it like this was going to be the outside, so this would be the left grip and this would be the right grip. And then I got, well, hi Obi, then I got to thinking about it, and since I traced it out on this side, I'm going to have to flip that and make these the inside so I can use my tracing line, the lines I traced as templates. So it's actually going to be the opposite. So this side's going to be the outside and this side's going to be the outside, but you know, it's all good. All good. It'll come out looking nice. So the next step that I have is, if you can see inside these, see how that is raised? You'll be able to see how it fits around the frame there. I do it without showing all the serial numbers here. See how, and then they meet in the center of the, they don't wrap around the back, but they do wrap around the front completely. Wrap around the front. Meet in the front. They don't cover the bottom. See, the bottom's not covered. It's not covered up the back. See what I mean? So I have to machine that down. Have to machine that set in them. And I did trace that line. It's hard to make out. I need to darken it anyway, so go ahead and do that. And I left a little extra on these because I am certain that I will have to modify this line and fit it to the gun and to the frame, little bits at a time. So those lines. Now what I have to do is I have measured with my calipers the depth of that, and I measured it. It comes out at 1.7. That's the depth of what I need. So with this on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to go around and I'll lay that down there. And then go around and make some marks at that depth, sort of like a polka dotted line here. Around it. I don't know why I'm even marking it there, because I don't, yeah, that's the side I need to cut. I don't need to cut the front, so I don't need to mark all this. Then I'm going to take one of my wife's refrigerator magnets, my successful, lovely woman, and I'm going to stick it around the little polka dotted line here. You can see that polka dotted line. Put that around there like such, and trace the line around. Now that I got a pretty good line going here, just make sure, kind of hard to hang on to. Make sure I keep that depth pretty consistent. See, that slides off there. big line here to know where to stop. And that's my stop line. I'll draw it all the way across so I don't lose that. And up here, this is my stop line. There. Back to this, draw some more little polka dotted lines. A good, my father always called them preachers because they kept you straight, but a marking gauge that has a slide, and that's what I really should be doing this with, and I don't have one. I keep telling myself I'm going to make myself one, and you know how it is. You got projects to do before you have time to do it. So you end up doing it this way, or something like this. But considering that I just need it to be close, and actually I would rather be deeper than necessary because I have a lot of thickness in this grip to play with. Once I get them fit around the gun, once it's fit around, it fits the frame of the gun good, because I want to be able to, instead of having to go deeper on either one of these to make them meet properly in the center, I would rather just have to sand off that smaller lip down flat to get a really nice flush fit. And as I sand that lip down, that will also bring it around on the sides that fits really good against the frame. So I want it to be, with wood, just as good a fit as what these rubber ones are when it comes to that frame, and it goes, how it goes up and around that notch. And I measured that notch as well. So I got plenty. You see them. If you see that little gap there, that's how deep I'm going with the grip, but that's all the notch is. So I have room to go back and forth. Again, I would prefer the error of preciseness or depth of this cut to be where I can be too deep so that I can take off the smallest piece to really get a good tight fit. Now, I'm going to do the same to this side as I did to this side. Then I will take my Dremel with a plunge router base, and I will, all of this material, all of that material is going to get plunged to that depth line or a depth. Now I will be also setting this on the router by, measuring the depth of my cut, and I won't go that deep on the very first pass anyway. I'll go a little bit at a time. And I'm also going to take my X-Acto knife or scalpel, and just on the inside of this line I will score that all the way across, and I will score that depth down to that line as well. That way I don't have to worry about any chip out or tear out along that line. Give me a nice smooth edge to take my router up to, and that's the plan, man. That is the plan. There's a million ways you could go about measuring this. Like, you could measure the thickness of the frame. You could measure this thickness as well, and then just split it in half and route down that much and then fit it to it. But you also would have to measure the thickness this way, really trace it out really well on these, and I mean just get it just right if you were going to go about it this way. I would rather be able to just play with the wood and get my fitment that way, and just measured these because, again, those fit well. So if I make them to that specs. Also, if you see here, I am 1.15 inches thick, and the grip at its thickest point is, let's see here, how my total thickness I'm gonna need. Looks like about 5.20. So as you can see, I have a lot of thickness to play with. Now, but then again too, when I'm done, I want a little more bulge in the center. The person it's for doesn't have quite the large hands like I do, so I wouldn't make it like I'm making it for myself. But these are just with the rubber, it's really, really good, and you can hang on to it. These are good grips, nothing wrong with them. This is almost purely for aesthetics, but it has the rubberized, has the checkering, so it needs. So in order to get it out of wood and the finish that I'm going to use, I want a little bit more roundness to it so it holds a little bit more in your hand. But till next time, guys, that's part 2. Wait on part 3. Share the music, share the love. Peace out.